We were going to take a quick break, but we'll stay right now. For now, D-Day for companies linked to the Gauteng PPE tender controversies to oppose SIBU's tribunal's freezing order. Now, the special tribunal was granted an urgent order freezing nearly 40 million rand in the bank accounts of 40 companies in Gauteng involved in supplying the personal protective equipment during the coronavirus pandemic. Our senior reporter, SABC News, is Griselda Lewis, is standing by. Griselda, thank you very much for joining us on the agenda. It's a busy morning where you are. These 40 companies do not want their accounts frozen, and there's a couple in particular that I know that most of us in the media are looking to see what they have to say and why they should be given that money.
Well, indeed, Tabiso, you'd recall these hearings follow an earlier urgent application on August the 20th, where the special tribunal was granted an interim order freezing 38.7 million rand held in several bank accounts of the contractors cited as respondents in this particular matter. So the special tribunal then gave the respondents until today, as you correctly point out, to show cause why the interim order should not be made a final. So these proceedings before the special tribunal will be held here at the High Court in Johannesburg. And in the interim order, the special tribunal, indicted the Gauteng Department of Health from making further payments to, amongst others, Lidla Structural Development, PTY Ltd, Royal Baka Projects, and 38 other respondents. You'd recall, of course, that Royal Baka Projects is owned by Matsikane II Thandisizwe Diko, the husband of President Cyril Ramaphosa's spokesperson, Kusela Diko. So the SIU basically argued that Lidla Structural Development, PTY Ltd, was awarded a contract for the supply of COVID-19 items, and that the tender was unlawfully, irregularly and corruptly awarded, and at prices that they say were grossly inflated in excess of the market-related prices. So the same order also, interdicting the Gauteng or the government employee pension fund from releasing pension money and benefits to the former department chief financial officer, you'd recall, Mantsukabelo Luhlunya, pending the institution of civil proceedings before the special tribunal. So indeed, the special tribunal now has to determine whether it should make the interim order final. You recall, of course, as well, that last week the Gauteng Premier David Makura also indicating that he had received quite a number of reports from the Special Investigating Unit, and in fact a second person had then subsequently been suspended, and then a couple of hours later decided to resign, also within the Gauteng Health Department. So at this particular instance, we'll hear argument as well from these companies who do not believe that their accounts should have been frozen, but of course the SIU strongly believes that some of these monies that were channeled into these accounts were as a result of irregular means.
Griselda Lewis, thank you very much indeed. We'll come back to you as you keep the pulse on that story for us, in particular for that company that everyone wants to see and hear what their argument is. Griselda Lewis speaking to us there live from Johannesburg, of course, on that PPE scandal and the SIU, the freezing of 40 accounts, 40 million rands that was worth of the PPE scandal in Gauteng.